What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. This is Manuel from Madrid. We have Carlos in New York. And from the mines of Moria, we have Francesco from Windrose.
Hey there, guys. And thank you for inviting me. It's it's a big opportunity for me. And we will have fun, making chats.
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to have you over here. I would like to start by saying that I also can be a dwarf if prepared properly. Maybe I will visit the mines in Madrid just to become a member.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we always need people, joining our ranks. So why not?
Picking up the pickaxe.
And I'm ready to pick my axe here in New York City as well, Francesco.
Nice.
So we are all in.
Awesome.
Nice.
These days, you've been very active touring, and I'm sure that part of touring is, managing your free time as well. Have you been listening to any music recently that you can recommend?
The last album that I listened was I used to listen a lot of music, but not metal music because it's my job. Come on. It's like being at work, I mean, I don't want to listen. It's my job, so I don't want to. But the last metal album that I listened is Time 2 from Winter Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That one is
And,
recently. Yeah.
Time 2, the new one, was released like in August, 30 of August, stuff like this.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I recommend this album because it's a genius of our times. It's something that very different from the others bands that you find outside. He's inspired, and he has some genius ideas, that put in the music. So for me, it's a very good person, and I can recommend this. Otherwise, I would recommend just music. I listen to a lot of different kind of music, so I don't know if you are interested in this or not.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Sure.
I don't know. I listen mostly like new stuff or old stuff from the 90s of hip hop and rap music.
Mm-hmm.
I listen traditional music from Mexico because I have a strong link with Mexico. During the pandemic, I went there, and then also Tenías novias mexicanas.
Oh, I see. That's a big reason, yeah.
No, for this I speak a bit Spanish because when they get angry, you have to understand it because they talk in Spanish and it's the last words that you will hear in your life. So you are about to be decapitated, and you have to understand.
We are both married.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, that's exactly
totally get
the life.
I like traditional music from Mexico, this culture, and I also listen more music about Latin America than from Europe, to be honest. Like, I mean, not much cumbia or stuff like this, but I mean, I like salsa, for example, salsa cubana, salsa Colombian style. Let's say I like it because the musicians in salsa are very good. There is jazz. There is a lot of kind of music inside there, and the rhythm. It's something that it's cool. For listening.
Yeah.
For my taste, at least.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
cool.
Thank you for supporting the Latin American artists.
I love Latin America. People is good, food is good, and I also had the opportunity to go more in Latin America this year because we made a tour there with Windrose.
Yeah.
We went in Mexico, Costa Rica. Unfortunately, not El Salvador,
No,
but
next time.
will be cool.
Maybe next
time. Next time, yeah, I would like also this part of Central America. I mean, now El Salvador is more safe, so
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Indeed.
also the metal scene will increase, no, in the next
Yeah.
Yes,
year. I
that's right.
mean,
Yeah.
because and we went also to Peru, to Colombia, to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and Bolivia. I mean, we went in a lot of places this year, and to be honest, I always liked everything.
Great.
Some of the guys were scared. Oh, where we are going? Oh, no, I don't know what will happen here. And I was like, come on,
Come
if
on,
I
guys. We have
survive,
armor. We have our weapons. Nothing's gonna
yeah, I
be
mean, if I survived in Mexico by myself, we will survive in a tour. No, all good.
Indeed.
great.
Indeed.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
guys, if in the next Windrose album there's a little bit of cumbia, we know who came up with the idea. It's gonna be Francesco. I think.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, there's an album that you were recommending, the album from Winterson, and there is an album we would like to recommend to everyone watching this video, and that's your next album, Troll Slayer.
Yep.
It's set for release in October of this year, 2024. Can you tell us what is different or what is new from this offering versus previous albums?
Okay, so in this album, we got the keys of our music that we confirmed, and we had, the consolidation with Winter Saga released in 2019. But we made, these songs with the same keys, but with a different experience. So more experience, and also more personal growth, let's say. Warfront, the latest album, I mean, that we released in 2022, it was with no party songs, more dark and more heavy, let's say, on the sound, and more glorious. Winter Saga was with folk vibes, and also more with party songs. This album, Trust Layer, will be the mix between the two albums. So we got the good sound from Warfront, the gloriousness of Warfront, and we got also the fast part and the party songs of Winter Saga. So it will be, in our opinion, an album that is more complete than the others.
Right. We have the opportunity to listen to it thanks to
Yeah.
your label,
We got it today.
Napalm
I that
Records.
it was the first thing I listened to this morning.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. And
And you
I
got the
really,
morning glory, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's right.
My wife, my kids, driving to work at 7 a.m. and you started. Whoa, it was a very good way to pump up the
Yes.
day.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
exactly what I was gonna say. That first growl or
Growl.
scream gives you all the punch, all the
Little
energy, and you are ready
unexpected, to
to
be
go.
honest.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
I
a
mean,
great
because
start.
in this album we put some. I mean, I wanted to put more something more extreme, like in
Mhm.
vocals. That
Mhm.
is not something that I studied for, because I studied opera singing. Okay, I'm an opera singer, but I wanted to put a little bit these more of these details,
Mhm.
because it was fitting with the music. No, so
Yeah, it fits perfectly.
yeah.
Yeah, it blends very well, and you have a very good growl. So go ahead. We will be happy to have more of those in the future.
Yeah, keep doing it.
I don't know, because at the end, if we are doing folk stuff and you growl and scream, at the end you are like 99 of the bands outside. No, so I have to keep my identity, and then I can put, some elements random
Yeah.
from all these kind of music around us. But we have to keep the identity, because the vocals, in my opinion, of Windrose are one of the strong points of the identity that we have, because it's always like a big choir of dwarves singing all together, no?
Yeah.
And if some people told us like, but why you don't we don't hear Francesco singing alone, without all the choirs, without. I mean, yeah, you can, but it will not be Windrose, because this is part of our songwriting. This is part of our way to be. Our music for us fits like this. Yes, there are some songs that where I made just one voice, and then there are the choirs that answer. But most of the time, they are all the choirs singing all together to give the feeling of of a brotherhood, the feeling of something that a group of people singing all together. So
large group,
right, all sharing the same thought. Francesco, we reacted and shared with our audience the video for the song "To Be a Dwarf." This is such a fun video to watch. What can you tell us about the filming process for this video?
The filming process was very long. I mean, we spent like 12 or 14 hours on the set.
We can tell.
And stay with my armor for 14 hours. I tell you that it's a pain in the ass. To be honest, I mean, it was crazy, But
is it really heavy? Your armor, is it really heavy?
The new one that I have, yes, is really heavy. I mean, it's made of rubber, so it's not obviously steel or iron. But I guess that my pauldrons, my shoulder pads, they should be around, I think, 15 kilograms or 20 kilograms, maybe 20
it's
kilograms.
A good workout.
Both. Yeah, I mean, just this. Then I have all the costume. I have all the stuff. It's heavy because it has to be very resistant, because it will be under stress, especially on tour. You get it and then you put it in a baggage, full sweat.
Yeah. So no Ryanair when you're touring.
Ryanair is like we spend 500 euros of tickets and then 3,000 euros for the baggages. I mean, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, 17 baggages when we travel.
Francesco, about that video "To Be a Dwarf," in our weekly podcast that we invite everybody to check out, we watch videos and try to make summaries of them. The video for "To Be a Dwarf" had a summary that went a bit like this. Group of collectors go through all type of challenges to get their limited edition items.
Yeah, I mean, there are all cool ideas, and there is also giveaways. Let's say that we have a new video to be released.
Hypothetical video.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah, let's say that allegedly you have a new video.
Yes, there will be probably the possibility that could happen, a giveaway for the people that bought the special editions of the album, or with the details that will come in the post. So actually the people will have the possibilities to win one of the objects that we used in the video. I mean, the real objects that we used, signed. So I mean, it's a great opportunity. But more information will come.
Okay, stay tuned for that. To follow Windrose and don't
get your piece of
out
memorabilia right there.
Yeah. And you will sell it on eBay soon when we become more famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Francesco, the band recently, and we were talking about this at the beginning, the band recently completed a tour through Latin America alongside the Nuns from Dogma. What can you share with us about this experience in Latin America?
It was fantastic. The people is good. I like the cities because they are full of life. It's a sort of New York, but everywhere, because in Latin America, the cities are more crowded, let's say. So compared to Tuscany, where, probably here in some towns, there are like 2,000 people. I mean, there's no one. It's like Tuscany, where I live, is like countryside, okay? Mm-hmm. And it was my first experience in South America. Very, very cool. I was particularly surprised about Bolivia, because when we went to Cochabamba, I mean, it was fantastic. The city and the parks. They have a lot of public parks and a lot of structures. It was very well uh, cured. How it is? I mean, very well conserved, and it
Hmm.
was fantastic. I was also very impressed by Sao Paulo, Brazil,
Yeah.
and very big city, and people in Brazil seems to be very, very cool. Anyway, everywhere in Latin America was very cool, and the people was very great. So we liked it.
Yeah. As you were saying, Latin America is full of life, and in the metal community, bands don't go that often to tour, so people is waiting and waiting, sometimes for years, for a long time, for
And
the
they
band they love
appreciate a
to
lot.
come to their country, and when that opportunity comes in, they just go wild, they just go crazy,
Yeah,
they just have fun. So that's one of the main reasons Latin America is like that. They live
yeah.
the
I mean,
music.
they are more close also to my culture, no, because I'm Italian. So
Hmm.
I find myself more similar to people in Latin America than, for example, people from Germany. No, even if
Right, right.
Germany is closer to me,
Yeah,
Yes,
but
we
that
feel the same
we
that
thing.
are we
Latin
are
blood.
more. Yes, we are more the same culture. So
Yeah.
I can understand that business wise, the bands don't go there not much because first of all, it's very expensive. It's very tiring to tour Latin America because the distances are very big. So you don't have any tour bus. I mean, you have to go to bed at 2 a.m. and then at 4 you have to wake up because you have the new flight. You
Right.
know, one of the places where I played and I enjoyed to play, I said Bolivia, but in Cochabamba. Why? Because first time we played in La Paz. La Paz is like 3,600 meters high.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to
Yeah.
ask about the
Yeah.
altitude.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, the first night I was not able to sleep. I was falling asleep and then I was waking up, without the oxygen. So the next day, the next night, I said, okay, now I know what to do. I went to the pharmacy, I bought an oxygen tank, and I slept like this with the oxygen tank. I slept like a baby 9 hours,
You know,
That's the
you know
fantastic.
trick.
what they do in Bolivia. I'm gonna change a little bit from music to sports to football. When there is a football game,
Game.
and let's say Argentina comes to play against Bolivia, they go exactly there, so the players
In
from
La
other
Paz.
countries can suffer. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. They are not used to the lack of oxygen. And then, I mean, yes, it's true with coca leaves, you can
Mhm.
relieve a bit,
But
but
just the
it's
leaves, eh?
very,
Just the
yeah,
leaves.
just the leaves. No.
Don't
Even
play
tea.
like that.
There's a tea they give you, I think, at the airport or at the hotels for you to try to go around that feeling.
No, to be honest, at the hotel, I was asking for a fan, for example, because it was also a little bit
Humid.
hot.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, do you have a fan? They have nothing. Do you have coca leaves? Because I feel like I'm falling. No, they didn't have anything. So I said, fuck off. The next day I bought the oxygen tank. I finished in one night,
Oh.
like that weather. Yeah. I mean,
Wow,
I,
that's
I
pretty
had
good.
to rest because it was crazy. One of my worst experience personally. I mean, physically, because I mean, some of the guys from the crew, they were taking some baggages and then they were fainting at the airport. Because uh, the airport is already in a higher place
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
than it's called El Alto, stuff like this, no? And
Yeah.
in this place El Alto, that it's like 200 meters higher than the city, so
Wow.
it's worse when you
It's
arrive.
even worse. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. But anyway, beside this, it was very, very good. It's
All
cool.
right. Great. Francesco, we would like to finish this chat by asking you what is one of your favorite backstage moments?
Somehow I liked, all the gigs that we had, especially when there is a day off. After that,
Mm.
there is always something. It creates some mechanics, some situations that they are cool. We go all together, for example, in a pub, or we go in clubs, where the people dance. It's cool. I mean. Or just new people, and you go for, or we went one time, we went to Olive Garden, in and they were saying, no, because this is the real Italian
You probably
shit
hate it.
in the US. And I was like, yeah, bro, I didn't ate anything.
Yeah,
It was all was a
horrible.
shit. I mean,
Yeah,
the house
yeah,
was no.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't
sorry,
like it.
sorry,
I'm not even
sorry.
Italian, but yeah, it's awful. We
No,
used,
I mean,
you know,
chicken shrimp carbonara, and there was no eggs, no no pecorino cheese, and no guanciale, no, or pancetta, or it's like bacon, let's say. So
uh-huh.
chicken shrimp carbonara. It was cream, chicken, and shrimp. I mean, there is not even one ingredient of the original one.
right,
I mean,
right.
it's like make a taco without tortilla. It doesn't make any
Yeah,
They,
no,
sense.
no
they
I
are
don't know why
tortilla,
you
no
call
lying,
meat,
it.
no nothing.
Francesco. They
I
are
mean, why?
lying to everyone.
Yeah, they're lying to everybody,
Yeah.
and people buy it, and well, they're missing out on good Italian food. Francesco, talking about good Italian food, this is a question we used to do before. Carlos, I know you know what I'm going to ask,
Oh
but we
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to know your stance on pineapple on pizza.
But to be honest, I don't like it personally, but I'm not like against this kind of stuff because everyone can put whatever they want on a pizza. For me, it's worse the people that break the spaghetti. Yes, that's the thing that,
That's a
in my opinion,
worse
that's the
sin.
thing that you can lose your citizenship, Italian citizenship, if you do it.
My
So
older son's gonna love this because he hates that as well. So he's gonna watch the interview. So yeah, he's gonna
yeah, I
love that.
mean,
Awesome.
don't break the spaghetti, please. I mean, in the US, I found a lot of good things, but the problem is that everything is very exaggerated. At the end,
Yeah.
they put 10 sauces, they put 10 more stuff that at the end become a mess. And
Yeah,
it will be, if it was simple, more simple was better, no? But,
yeah. Or the portions are too big for one
yeah,
person.
they are like this. Anyway, every country, every place has its own rules. No, if you don't
Yeah.
do like this in the US, you don't sell. So it's okay. I mean,
Right, right.
I respect everyone's idea. No worries.
All right,
Okay.
great.
Francesco, thank you very much for joining us for this chat. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And whenever you want to invite me, I'm here. Let me know.
Awesome. We're going to talk about your next work, I'm sure, whenever it comes. If you like this interview, please like and share it with your friends. Make sure to buy and stream Troll Slayer, which is coming out on October 4th, to double support Windrose, and make sure to visit their shows whenever they come near to your city. But until then, stay metal. I have a personal question, but I don't know if you're
Yeah,
gonna.
sure.
Have you been watching the Rings of Power series?
No, no, no.
Lots of dwarf action over there. So caves, mines. I'm sure you're gonna like it a lot.
No, I saw it when they are in where they are in Moria.
Yeah.
That there is also during. I mean, it was fantastic, but the thing is that, I mean, beside these parts, the rest is like meh. It's not comparable to Lord of the Rings. Come on, or
No,
to
no,
The
I
Hobbit.
know it's not.
You
Or
can.
to
I
your
mean, it's
videos,
like
by the way.
or to my videos. Yes.